Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey there, Addison. I see you. Can you let me know if you can hear me? Good morning, Michael. I'm late because I didn't make coffee last night. Thank you, Addison. I had to hang out at the coffee pot an extra long time. It was like waiting in a Starbucks line, except not. Good morning, Michael. Oh. If I could sing if my voice would let me, I would be singing changes. Because seems like there's so many changes going on. No coffee, Lord. I could have gotten up last night and made it, but I thought about it as soon as I hit the pillow. I'm like, I'll do it in the morning. Do it in the morning. Morning, Amy. And Patrick, hey, everybody's there. Everybody's alive this morning. Maybe more alive than I am. Oh, but no, I would be singing changes because it might be a small thing, but for anybody who has children, you understand that when your babies sleep together in a bed all night long without waking up, it's an awesome change. So our house is back to normal, and my son-in-law is in Maui, and my daughter is posting very happy pictures. And I was thinking this morning as I was walking down the stairs looking at her, at the 3-4 pictures that she posted, turtles and beautiful sunsets and them kissing on the beach. She's so fucking bipolar. Oh my God, I feel for him because she is like a crazy chick. She comes by it naturally though. Yeah, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. No. No. But now, I mean, he's gone and they have a new world to live in Maui and all this different stuff. And as you can probably see behind me over here, there's a stack of boxes that I have to mail to Maui once they get an address and all that good stuff. And then with him out of the house now, I've got bedrooms back, so I've got kids where they're supposed to be, which is amazing, which means I can sleep. I can sleep good, which also means I'm not getting up in the middle of the night to make coffee when I think about it. So. Oh, hey, good morning, Paula. So, let me see. I was thinking yesterday we talked all on change. It was all about change. And changes really are difficult. No matter how exciting they are, they're really, really difficult. The little ones, the big ones, they all can be very difficult and can be very easy, some of the changes, but they're difficult because they bring up concern, because they bring up fear, because it's something that we haven't experienced before a lot of the time. And in order to make change happen, we have to actually make a decision to make the change happen. And that is what I decided while I was grinding beans this morning. I was like, maybe that's the topic of the day. And it's really about, no matter where our life goes, we're actually in control of it by the choices that we make. So our destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. It's really true. And here's the thing, you can say, no, and I know that I did a talk a few weeks ago similar to this about, making a choice. But with it being the 2nd of January, I don't think that I can drive this one home enough. And on it's like it's the perfect day, because yesterday I'm sure that people were committing to doing different things. And as you're committing to doing different things, and you're asking yourself, am I really committed to that? Like the story of the chicken and the pig, right? The ham and the egg. The farmer wants breakfast. They're making him breakfast. The chicken gives up an egg. The pig gives up its life. Who's really committed? Well, obviously, the pig is far more committed because the pig sacrificed its entire life. I mean, it was committed to the life. But not that we have to sacrifice, because I really am not. I think that there are certain things that we sacrifice and they may feel like a sacrifice. It might be time, it might be energy, it may be a complete transformation that causes a discomfort in our life, and it'll feel like a sacrifice to a degree. But when we are moving towards our goal, that change is going to cause those discomforts, and we have to get really, really good with those discomforts to move forward. And if we choose to not choose, we're still making a choice. So sitting on the fence is making a choice. Saying that there really is no choice is making a choice, which is where I came up with the statement, don't be like a wheelbarrow. And I know that there's a lot of the times that we might feel, well, I have to do this because I'm being pushed to do this. Now, if you're only doing something because, and you're pretending that you're a wheelbarrow in this scenario, because what do wheelbarrows do? Wheelbarrows are what we pick up and we move things with. We push them, right? We're pushing them. So are you pushing yourself, or is somebody else, some outside circumstance pushing you? And if you think that the outside circumstance or person get you off the hook for making a decision, is not true. And you have free will. You can make a choice. You can say yes or no to that change, no matter where you're at. Now, I mean, there are things that get swirling into action. Like I just had like a car accident run through my mind. I'm like, car accidents can cause major changes in life. There are things that happen to us that come to us in our spectrum of experience that we feel like we don't have a choice because it's such a humongous change. Such as, like you get served divorce papers, you get into a car accident, you get a pink slip from work. You might have had, and you did, in all those instances, a hand in every single one of those. Even the car accident, even if you're sitting at a red light and somebody rear ends you and you've done nothing wrong, you did have a hand in the accident because energetically, where were you in that moment? Something in your energetics magnetized you to this accident. Something in the energetics will always your energetics is going to magnetize you to the changes that will occur, that it's going to feel like you're not really making up, like you don't have a choice, like you have to be the wheelbarrow. And the thing that I want to make really, really clear is that even in those moments, you have a choice. You can be your change. And here's how you do it. It comes back to the thing that I've been standing firm in for the last, well, I stand firm in it all the time, but the thing that I've been vocally firm in the last month with everybody with this starting conscious coffee is about thoughts and feelings, because thoughts and feelings create our vibration, create our magnetism. And if you want to know what you're thinking and what you're feeling and what the vibrational level is, look no further than your own backyard. Because you're getting exactly what you're putting out. You are attracting exactly what you are vibrating at, what you're giving into the world. So if you think that by making no decision, by being indecisive, that you're going to get the best flowers to pop up in your garden, yeah, sure, there are those packs of wildflowers that you can go and buy and you can spread in your backyard, and then it looks like this beautiful wildflower patch out there. But in our lives, if we just throw out a bunch of wildflowers, what we're going to probably focus in on is all the weeds that come with it. So realize that you're going to get very few flowers. You're going to get a whole lot more weeds, because weeds grow easily in the soil of indecision, and that's, you're going to find so many more weeds out there that way than if you just stand and make the call. Make the call for yourself. Make the call for your life. Make the call for your 2018. What do you want? Who do you want to be? What are the things that you desire? You can have them. So as you look into that, oh man, hold on, people. Hold on. I lost you. That was my alarm clock telling me that if I went away for a half a second, my alarm clock just took me to Google Calendars. I'm supposed to be doing something, like meditating. I don't know why that's on there for today at this hour. But lost train of thought. There we go. That probably means maybe you weren't supposed to hear that part. Okay, it got edited out. God edited me. Said, no, you're not talking about whatever the heck I was talking about. Oh, I'll give you a quote. Maybe my train of thought will come back. See, I told you I wasn't really awake. This is what happens when you don't get kicked in the back by a 3-year-old. A good night's sleep and I can't think. Okay. The train of failure usually runs on the tracks of indecision. I love that quote. And let me see, where is this other quote? Oh, this is Michael Murdoch. Says, never complain about what you permit. Never complain about what you permit. That's the quote that I definitely wanted to share, because it is one of those things of how much of your day is spent complaining. Now, that does not mean that you're vocally complaining to somebody. How much of your day is spent bitching in your head? Are you bitching all the time about this, about that, about the failures, about the things that didn't come together, about what happened to you, about all those, all the upsets in the day? How much time do you spend bitching, moaning, and complaining in your own head or vocally during the day? Now, look to how much of that you actually permitted. So if you think about it, how much do you think you actually permitted? Correct answer, 100%. Okay, so 100% of it you permitted, 100% of it you created. And I think that's probably one of the toughest lessons for any of us, self-included, is complete ownership of our life, of our energy, of where we're at, where we're going, who we are, what our life is like, things that are happening to us in our life. Yes, we permitted them to happen. We created them. They are our little manifestation babies. Manifesting doesn't always mean that we're manifesting good shit. It most of the time means that we're manifesting bad shit, because we're not conscious enough to manifest the good stuff. So if you want to manifest good shit, the trick is to become more conscious, right? And to make a choice, make a stance in where you want to be. And that is also one of the biggest, toughest things to do, is to actually just plant your flag and say, no, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing, this is what's going on, and I'm making a stand right here. And here's the thing, there's going to be hesitation in it, there's going to be fear in it, there's going to be all this different stuff. The doubt doors are going to pop up, and the doubt doors are going to say, no, don't do this, don't do that, you're going to fail. You still have, there's so much power in the fact that even if you fail, You made the choice. You owned it. That's where the power is. You know, Thomas Edison failed what? 10,000 times. Now, I don't eat Kentucky Fried Chicken, but years ago when I was in a sales and marketing company, one of the stories that they always talked about was KFC. And they talked about KFC and how the Colonel, originally before the Colonel became the Colonel, he went around and he had this fantastic chicken, and he had all these different, you know, he had this chicken, and he went around and he was trying to get people to buy it, and he had like 1,000 people go, no, you know, it's crunchy, it's this, but it's just not, it's not doing something. So I'm just like, no, it's not a more flavor. It's not a fuck yes, I want more. So he ended up sitting in this little bar, and he's sitting there with his chicken, and he's just, you know, having a drink or whatever, and he's going, man, he's feeling like such a failure because he keeps trying, and everybody's telling him no, but he's like, I know that my chicken's good. So he's sitting there at the bar, and the bartender comes up and asks him, you know, what's going on, and he tells the bartender about everything. And the bartender says, well, I'll try your chicken. So he gives the bartender some chicken. The bartender eats it, and the bartender says, well, it doesn't have enough salt. You need more salt. It's just like it's kind of in the mouth. It's got great crunch. It's got this. It's got that. But you need more salt. So he went back and he redid his recipe, and he added more salt to the crust. And then he went out and he tried again, and bam! Everybody started loving his chicken. He was missing one little component. He didn't quite have enough salt to make it work in his recipe. Now, a few things to recognize there. Number one, he made a commitment to what his goal was. He wanted to have really good chicken, and he wanted to have a business. He wanted to have this. He knew that he just kept trying, even though he hit failure 1,000 times. Would you fail 1,000 times at what you proclaim you want for this year? Would you do it 1,000 times and just keep banging on that door and keep getting smacked 1,000 times? I bet most of you just went, no, I don't want to have that kind of just feeling from getting told no 1,000 times. WD-40, it's the 40th attempt at a water displacement formula. Yeah. Anywhere you look, it's people, because companies are people. Somebody started it. Somebody had an idea. Somebody had a dream. Somebody had a desire. And they had to push themselves, not be a wheelbarrow and get pushed. They had to make a commitment to push themselves through the failure. And what they saw, and like I believe it was Thomas Edison that said that, was I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways not to create a light bulb. That's called failing. Failure is only failure if you let it become failure. That is the only time failure is failure. Will you fall at the discomfort of getting told no? Will you fall at the discomfort of having to reanalyze what you're saying you want and add in a new ingredient to make sure that it happens? Will you fall at the critiquing of people in your life that are trying to help you, that will give you little, ingredients to how to make it work? If you ask God for direction, if you ask God for help, show me my path, show me how to get through this, show me how to do this, send me your angels, send me guidance, send me signs, send me. We're asking. And then somebody comes along and says, well, you need a little salt, and it might be good. Imagine if the colonel in that moment decided to go, this is my grandmother's recipe, and it has been good for the last 55 years, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And who are you, Mr. Bar Owner, to say that it needs more salt? It does not need more salt. If he had copped attitude with the messenger, he would have been giving God the biggest finger in that moment, because he had been asking and asking and asking. Probably, what am I doing wrong? What else needs to happen? Who am I supposed to ask? Am I supposed to be doing this? Should I keep pushing this along? Because he was feeling like failure. He had not taken that little bit of critiquing, which was, as a friend calls it, an earth angel that came out in that moment and shared exactly what needed to happen. Look for those earth angels. They come not only as people, they come as experiences, they come as songs, they come as bad experiences sometimes. They come as challenges. They come as frickin' meme across Facebook when you least expect it. If you're being guided to something, your angels, your guardians, your spirits, God, whatever you want to put in there, is leading you. If it's really calling you, go towards it. It's a message. And it's helping you make a decision. That's what it all comes down to. Every single thing that you are being shown and given along the path, no matter how you perceive it, good or bad, is helping you make a decision. A decision to not be indecisive anymore. A decision to make a stand. A decision to move forward. To take the first step. Just take the first step. Isn't that Joseph Campbell? Take the first step. So, where's your first step? Where's your first step in 2018? Now that you've recovered from New Year's Eve, now that the work week potentially has started for you, now that your PTO is probably over or shall be in the next couple days, kids are going back to school. All the sidetracks, all the diversions, they're all leaving. No more crashing and watching 15 episodes of whatever your favorite Netflix show is. Time to get real. What is your decision for 2018? What are you choosing to do? Who are you choosing to be? What is that thing that makes you go, that you're scared to commit to, but that your soul really, really wants you to do? You know that if you don't do that if you actually embrace indecision, then you'll actually be dead before you ever hit the grave. What's that thing? What's that thing, let's hear? Or do you choose death? I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, just don't complain about the death, right? Because you made the choice. You make your choice. Don't complain about being wheelbarrow or hitting grave early, which means that you're basically a zombie walking through life, because you're just letting life do this to you. And I don't have any ability to make my choices. This is what I get to do. This is what I get to do because this is just what life is giving me. That's not being in the flow. That's not being in the flow. That's not being a creator. That's not being a manifester. That is simply being a fucking wheelbarrow. You have to pay attention to the signs. That's what being in the flow is. Being in the flow does not mean letting life push you wherever it will take you, but it means paying attention to the signs that life gives you and making a decision. Make a choice. Make a choice. Hold on. I know I have a couple other notes over here. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, and always ineffectiveness. I will is a slogan for an exciting life. I will, I am, I can. Those are the things that you need to be focused on today. I actually encourage, here's the homework of the day, everybody. Homework of the day, which is write down 5 I ams, power I ams. I am powerful. I am creative. I am a believer. I am lovable. I am abundant. I am open. Okay? Write those down. And don't just plaster them on your fucking mirror, because you know what? You don't stand in front of your mirror in the bathroom all day long. You don't. I'm all for that. I do it sometimes. But I think that on January 2nd, you need to be a little bit more extreme about it. Write those down and put them, have them pop up on your cell phone. Put them on your cell phone and have them pop up. Schedule them on your calendar or something so that they pop up every now and then, and that they give you your IMs. And literally just create one of those repetitive reminders so that for the next 30 days at 10 a.m., you're going to get the message of I am abundant. I am a creator of my own life. Those kinds of things. And then write down 10 I wills or I cans. I actually like the I will, because I will is very, put the stake in it. Just put the stake down in the ground, make your claim. I will. I will what? You will what? Anything that you guys want to share. Please share anything on the I ams or the I wills. Hold yourself accountable. That would be really, really breathe it in a step. Take that step. Whatever that is. I will get a new job. I will make an extra $10,000 this year. I will step out on that springboard and do the thing that I've been wanting to do that scares the shit out of me. What is that? So, 10 I ams, 10 I wills. Put them somewhere that you can consistently remind yourself. Consistently have them popping up and saying, hey, don't forget about me. Oh, here's the other quote. You must choose between boredom and decisions. And that is from John Mason. You must choose between boredom and decisions. And here's the thing, it's apathy is the very worst thing you can have. Next to, we were talking about unforgiveness the other day. Unforgiveness and apathy are probably the two biggest things that you can have in life. Because an apathetic person is just a person who refuses to make a decision. There is, we live in a world where passion has been forgotten and passion is looked down upon. Yet we are told to be passionate about things in our life. We're supposed to be passionate about our partners. We're supposed to be passionate about our spiritual lives. We're supposed to be passionate about our health. We're supposed to go to school and become passionate about a job and do our very best, right? Yet it has been trained out of us in every way possible to not be passionate, but to just be apathetic, to the point that we have a society that is taking a bunch of medicine in a pursuit to not feel their passion, because passion can feel positive or negative. And they take all these medicines that just make them feel like this. There's no high, there's no low. Being apathetic is basically settling for boredom, is basically settling for just what life tosses you instead of making that decision. I hear my little ones waking up. Oh my goodness. So that probably means that I need to come to a close. It's 30 minutes. So what you commit yourself to will change you from what you are into what you can be. So with that, with my munchkins, yeah, make the commitment to make the choice, make the commitment to make the change. Be on purpose today. Be on purpose with your life. Oh, hey, I'm getting saved. I'm getting saved. Somebody else is dealing with munchkins. Yay! Make the commitment that, you know, listen. Yeah, okay. Um, if you don't commit, if you're only committing to a life of this, don't expect greatness. Get very, very comfortable with not having greatness. And I know that there are people out there who are very comfortable with just that. People who actually, they believe at their core that that is what life is. They believe that they have to do the things that have been put out to them in that way. But commitment is what transforms your dreams into reality. And that's where you have to take that step. Like Joseph Campbell says, take the first step. Just take the first step. It's the most difficult step. It's that step of planting your flag. It's that step of making the call. It's that step of not just planting the flag, but waving it in the air like you just don't care, right? And saying, hey, I can, I will, I am. This is the life I choose. I'm not going to be apathetic anymore about my life, about my existence. I'm going to go do, be, and have exactly what I want in life. So ask yourself those things today. Get those I ams out. Get those I wills out. Share this talk. Share this talk if this live, if it touches you at all. Feel free to pop me your I ams and your I wills if you want a little extra ooh. Sometimes that helps if you send it off and just let somebody else, you know, it's the act of actually sharing it and letting it be seen and heard by somebody else that really makes that commitment. So you get that feeling of that commitment there. And with that, I don't know. You guys all still alive out there? So, okay. Thank you, everybody, for popping on bright and early on the second day of the year. Thank you for making the decision to be here, making the commitment to be here with me on Conscious Coffee. You're going to see that I'm making a whole bunch of changes out there as well. So I've been making my own commitments. Yesterday I made a whole bunch of commitments, changed up my wording, changed up my design, and over the next 2 weeks I am under a complete and total renovation of coaching practice, of really just, instead of giving the world what I think the world wants, giving the world who I am 100%. So step out there with me. Come be with me. Okay? I want to see you. So, okay, love you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Oh, I also posted a video schedule on the coaching page for Facebook. So it shows Conscious Coffee on there Monday through Friday, but it also shows the different videos that when I'm posting videos, what the topics will be. And you'll notice that there's a complete switch up on there because I just put a whole bunch of stuff on yesterday, just clearing off my phone and clearing off my computer to kind of start the new year fresh. But you'll see that there is a schedule on there showing what each day. So like Mondays are going to be Mindful Mondays. Tuesdays are all on relationships, that kind of stuff. So you can kind of see that when I'm posting, you know that if it's a Tuesday, it's going to be relationship topics. And that doesn't mean just relationship with your intimate partner or with your, you know, your friend. It's about self, it's with spirit, it's about really, it's relationship based. So go check out that, and so that you can kind of get an idea. And please give me your feedback. All of your feedback, good, bad, doesn't much matter. you can be my little messengers as well. I know God works through everybody, so let God work through you, and let's all help each other have a fantastic 2018. Love you guys. Bye.